With 7 Days to Die Update 2.0 bringing some new POIs into the game, this means that the pre-gen maps have been updated. Now, the pre-gens that were not updated were just straight up removed, so those pre-gens are no longer available. Of course, if you had those saved locally, you can still play on those worlds, but the downside is you won't have any of the new shinies. Today, let's take a look at Pregen08k2. Here is a map overview with all of the POIs. Taking a look at the traders. Each biome has 4 traders. Of course, you're going to start off somewhere in the forest. This is a center forest biome map, and you've got 4 trader locations throughout the forest. Now, after that, you're going to head on over to the burnt forest, which actually has a really premium trader location right here in the middle, as this has access to 2 decent-sized cities. For some trader quests or just some exploration. However, there is 4 traders available there. Heading on down to the desert, we've got 4 traders in the desert as well. One kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, over there in the northwest. This, I think, is probably the most premium location as far as access to a city for some looting or some trader quests. You do have one tucked down over here on the bottom side of this larger city. Next up, we'd head on over to the snow biome. Got lots of trader choices here. We've got one that's actually real close to the forest. So I know it's going to be getting updated soon, but if you were in that biome badge progress type area, this would be a premium spot to farm your biome badge here, as you can go back and forth between the forest and the snow biome to get your biome badge and then have a trader right there accessible to you. Now, there is 2 major cities and then 2 smaller ones. There's a trader right here at the bottom next to the smaller city, one at the bottom of that large central city, and then one all the way up north. And then last but not least, in the wastelands, we've got 3 cities, 1 major city area, and 3 traders all around that major city. So kind of a premium spot to build. I personally would probably do a base like maybe right around here where we're close to that trader, but we also have access to those other cities quite readily. There is a trader all the way over to the east as well. Now, of course, Crack-a-books are always a hot destination as just a huge source of books. You're not going to run into any of them in the forest other than maybe a smaller store. However, when you get to the desert, you've got 3, 1 in each major city. In the central city, there's a Crack-a-Cafe. The Crack-a-Cafes are my personal favorite. I personally feel like I get the most books out of it than any of the other Crack-a-POIs. We've got a regular Crack-a-book store over in this eastern city, and then a country Crack-a-book over, which is going to be one of the smaller ones, over in that western city. Moving on over to, we went to the desert first. Moving on over to the burnt forest, we got another Crack-a-book store downtown, really dead center of the city in the burnt forest here. Taking a look in the snow biome, we got another Crack-a-Cafe, so a hot spot right here, right in that central city, and then a Crack-a-book store, which is going to be further up to the north. Once you get over into the wastelands, we've got 5 Crack-a-books to choose from. In this far eastern city, there's a Crack-a-book store and a Crack-a-book headquarters. The central city has a Crack-a-book store, another Crack-a-book headquarters over in this western area, and then a Crack-a-book store in that western area as well. So you got 2 Crack-a-Cafes, which in my opinion, those will be the hottest destinations. However, there are some Crack-a-book stores throughout for you to get some quality looting in. If you're on the hunt for that super corn, of course, in the current state of the game with the smoothies, we actually need super corn for our biome badge progress for the smoothies. There's super corn locations throughout. One right in the forest area, Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn. Now remember, you don't have to run this full POI. You can just smash through the front door, and the super corn will be right there to your right. Over in the burnt forest, we've got another Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn, one dead center in the desert area, and then one all the way up top in that central wasteland city. So Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn throughout. Good POI to run. However, if you just want the super corn, you can reach those very, very easily. Now taking a look through at the Tier 5 POIs. We've got Tier 5 POIs scattered throughout. There's 40 of them total. Starting off right in the kind of the north central area of the forest, there is hybrid mining. That, of course, is one of the new POIs. Hybrid mining is available right there. Over to the far west, we've got a Grover High. They have not patched or done anything about the ease of loot access at Grover High. Although your loot stage will likely be very, very low at this point, you get a little free loot there if you want to smash through that front door at Grover High. And then coming over to the northeast, we got Korea Rockworks, so another one of the new POIs. And then we've also got a Red Mesa compound. Now heading over to the Burnt Forest, right in that centralized city there, we've got a Shotgun Messiah factory and a U.S. Army Post number 7. A little bit further south in this kind of southeastern city, we've got another Grover High right there. All the way down in the south central, we've got Area 7. So we've got another one of the new POIs. And then another Korea Rockworks all the way down in the very southeast. Now, in the desert biome, you're going to have 5 Tier 5 POIs. Starting over here in the west, we've got a U.S. Army Post number 7. Actually, 6. I didn't see that one. In the far northwest, we've got another Area 7. And then in the central city area, we've got 3 of them. We got a Naviskane General Hospital. We've got Dr. Karen Higashi Residence. And we've got a Grover High. And then way, way over here, all the way at the edge of the map, we've got a hybrid mining. That, of course, is one of the new ones and will be worth a quick visit over. Taking a look through the snow biome, the central city has got 4 of them. We got a U.S. Army Post number 7 down in the south area. Over in the far east, we got a Naviskane County Jail, a Vanity Tower over to the west, and then on the north side of that central city is a Poppin' Pills factory. In addition to that, all the way up north here, we've got a Shamway factory in this town here. Now, of course, the wasteland is just littered with Tier 5 POIs. Starting east to west, we've got a Crack-a-Buck headquarters, which we mentioned earlier. There is also a Haven Hotel and a Higashi Pharmaceutical. In the central city, we've got 4 different POIs. We got a Deshong Tower. We got a U.S. Army Post number 7, a Grover High, and then a 7 Days Suites. In between these 2 towns, right kind of in the middle, there's another Area 7, one of the new POIs. And then before we get into the main city, if we go all the way up to the northwest here, there is a Korea Rockworks all the way up there. Now, in the main wasteland city, starting off just right here in the main downtown area, there's going to be a Poppin' Pills factory and a Crack-a-Buck headquarters right here next to each other. A little bit further down underneath that, we've got a Deshong Tower and a Vanity Tower. On the north side of that main city, there's an Ostrich Hotel. A little bit kind of southwestern central, there's a Last Sunset Nursing Home and a Minotaur Theater. And then on the south side of town, we've got a Grover High and a Dr. Karen Higashi Residence. Over in the far west side of that main town, there is a Naviskane Corrections as well. And that is going to be all of the Tier 5 POIs listed throughout the map. If you're on the hunt for those hidden stashes, of course, there's a few different places they can be. The Erickson Residence, the Wright Residence, and the Serrano Residence, and additionally the Mushroom Mining Company. So starting off right in the middle of the forest, the Mushroom Mining Company does have a hidden stash. Remember, that's going to be hidden, so hence the name, and it is going to be up in the ceiling area. Over here on the western side of town, there's a Serrano Residence. Heading on over into the Burnt Forest, right in the middle of downtown, we've got an Erickson Residence. A little bit south central there, we've got a Serrano Residence. And then further over to the west, there is a Wright Residence. In the desert, kind of right out in the middle of nowhere, there is a mushroom mining company right there. On kind of the northeastern side of the desert, there's going to be a Serrano residence, a Wright residence down to the southeast. As far as the snow biome goes, we've got a Serrano residence out here in the middle of nowhere over to the east. Right in between the central and north town on the road there's going to be a mushroom mining company. And then further off to the west, there is going to be a Wright residence. In the wastelands, in the northwestern part of the downtown area, there will be an Erickson residence, and then a Wright residence over into the southwest portion of the wastelands. Now, these hidden stashes, in my personal experience, I just never get anything good out of them. However, they do have the potential to have some game-changing loot in them. And although I don't go out of my way to get them, if I do run across one of these POIs through my normal journeys, I do usually like to hit those up. And then last but not least, sometimes you just want to play around the big cities with the metropolitan areas, the skyscrapers, and of course you're going to have no shortage of that in the wastelands. The main wasteland city has got 5 skyscrapers, an H&N Bank building, a Dishong Tower, a Crack-a-Book, an abandoned office tower, and a tower construction site. That central city has got a Dishong Tower and then a Zillion Tower. And then over to the east, we got Higashi Pharmaceutical, a demolition site, and a Crack-a-Book headquarters with a Meridian Center. And then last but not least, probably should have started with this one, but if you're on the hunt for a cooking pot, the cooking pots are in predetermined locations on this one. You see this western forest area is going to be the most abundant. However, as you explore through, there's going to be cooking pots just everywhere. These, of course, are going to be commonly located in like diners, in residences, trailers, anywhere where there's a kitchen. You can get a double whammy here on the Bob's Boars and get yourself a cooking pot and a super corn just in one whack. Although, if you're on the hunt for a cooking pot, super corn is probably not your priority right then. But that is a look at all where cooking pots would be located throughout the world. But that will do it for now. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything specific that you're looking for on this Pregen08k2. I will go through the 8K1 and the 6K maps as soon as I get a free moment. However, I felt like this one was the most popular, so I wanted to start off with 8K2. But that will do it for now. Thanks a ton for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.